another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Amadeus.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Amadeus.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I won't always smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got All right. Hello, everyone. Grand Rising. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen QueenAShakur show. I'm your host, Queen QueenAShakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, hold on for a second. Can you all hear me okay? Once in the chat if you can hear me okay. Once in the chats. Okay, good. Okay. Because my mic or my earpiece seems like it has some static. Okay, great. Okay, so as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, and don't forget to double check and make sure you're still subscribed to the channel, because I tell y'all people are unsubscribed every day and I don't know who's doing it because ScrewTube says it's not them. Please pay attention. Okay, so don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._AShakur, TikTok at Dr. Ashakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. We the people, Ayon, Terry Hinton, Mustafa is in here. Okay, or Mustafa. All hell no, Wayne World. Okay, that crazy bitch Aries said never unsubscribe, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Pensy Lola, y'all bless. Sweet D. All right, V Maltsby in the house, Aboriginal woman. Priscilla, Nandy. Okay, Squally 8830s in the house, Bransler TV. Black Women Stand Up is in the house. I see you, Eileen. All right, shout out to all my loyal royals and everyone in the chat and everyone tuning into the Queen. Let's get into it. As per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. All right, you already know what to do. Okay. Hey, y'all, TV is in the house. All right, so let's get into it, Claudette. Terrion is in here. Okay. With that all being said, let's talk about the Grammys first and foremost. Now, you all, I'm sure you heard, they were saying Killer Mike got arrested. I had to change my title, honey, because I was looking for an update. But, okay, a good friend of mine told me they got word from someone who was an eyewitness who was right there, okay? So, apparently, a security guard tried to stop Mike from going down a hallway. And so they grabbed him by his arm and he jerked away and they fell. Okay, so that's what happened. And so he's not in jail. He's not in jail, honey, because I was about to say, please don't be hating because he won 3 Grammys. All right. Please don't be hating because he won 3 Grammys, because you know that's what I thought it was. Reggie said, don't let the virtual door hit you on the way out. Exactly. All right, for those that don't like what the Queen is cooking. So anyway, good news. Glad Killer Mike's not in jail, okay? His real name is Michael Render, for those of you who don't know. And he won 3 Grammys. And it was very, very surprising to him, I'm sure. And he was absolutely elated, okay? Because that's the first time he's won on his own solo projects, because it was about 2 decades ago when he actually won for his collab with Outkast. So shout out to Killer Mike, all right? Now, and while Killer Mike was celebrating, clearly elated, well, Jay-Z was going off. Jay-Z was letting them have it. He did so in a kind of nice roundabout way. But basically, he was annoyed, pressed that Beyonce didn't win Album of the Year. And he says that she wins, you know, she has the most Grammys than anyone, but has never won Album of the Year. So we're going to talk about it. And then I'm going to show what Jay-Z had to say, but also we're going to talk about all the nefariousness that goes on in the music industry, because you see, the devil is in the details. Please pay attention. All right. Let me make sure I'm pulling up the right video. Hold on. All right, here we go. Likes up, everyone. Please get those likes up. Y'all know they do the Queen dirty, honey. Y'all know how they do. Okay, here we go.
Thanks to Dr. Trey said he up there he is. Andre Young, thank you, sir. All the doors that you opened, you know, showed us that we can be rock stars. Seeing you on the Rolling Stone. Obviously, there's Run DMC with the Leathers and the Aerosmith. When you came out west, you took it to a whole new level. Put us on covers, Rolling Stone, put us around the world. You and Snoop, all that y'all did, all the records y'all broke. So thank you for this. Honored to accept it, And thank you to Black Music Collective for all the work that you guys do, scholarship for young creators, and hopefully, I'm adding to, what you guys are doing out here. Obviously, it's great to have an award for such an icon. How far we've come with Will Smith and them, Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince winning their first Grammy in '89 and boycotted because it wasn't televised. And then they went to like a hotel and watched the Grammys. I didn't even understand what it wasn't a great boycott. But then, '98, I took a page out of their book. I was nominated for the Best Rap Album, and DMX had dropped 2 albums that year. They both were #1. Shout out to DMX. And he wasn't nominated at all. So I boycotted, and I watched the Grammys. I'm just saying, we want y'all to get it right. We love y'all. We love y'all. We love y'all. We want y'all to get it right. At least get it close to right. And obviously it's subjective. Y'all don't gotta clap at everything. Obviously it's subjective because, it's music. It's opinion based. But, some things, I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. Most Grammys never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work. Some of you gonna go home tonight and feel like you've been robbed. Some of you may get robbed. Some of you don't belong in the category. No, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth. But outside of that, we gotta keep showing up. And forget the Grammys for a second, just in life. As my daughter sits and stares at me nervous as I am. Just in life, we gotta keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Forget the Grammys, we gotta keep showing up. Until they give you all those accolades you feel you deserve. Until they call you chairman. Until they call you a genius. Until they call you the greatest of all time. Feel me?
Okay, well, I disagree. I disagree with JC. Sure, it's nice to win awards, but you don't keep showing up waiting for them to hand you a bow. You don't keep waiting for them to hand you a biscuit. Because that's what it sounds like. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't know why our people are so caught up with these award shows because I don't see why any of our people need validation from the status quo, as to their talent. Your body of work speaks for itself. Your fans speak for themselves. Okay, that all speaks for you. The work that you do speaks for you. You don't need them to come and give you a slave like you was a good, give you an award like you was a good slave. Okay, like you're a good Negro. You don't need it. I'm sorry, I just disagree. Okay, shout out to everybody who won, but at the end of the day, why do we continuously seek validation from them? You can validate your own self. Okay, that's what we're here for. Your fans and listeners should validate you, the people who enjoy your music. But here's the thing. A whole lot of deviltry goes into it as far as I'm concerned. All right, so let's talk about it. Do you all remember what Ice Cube said? Do you all remember what Ice Cube said about gangster rap and all of that? Well, let's talk about it in case you forgot.
Who benefits and profits off our bickering in our division? It's like follow the money. Same people who own the labels own the prisons. So
literally the same people?
Literally the same people. It seems really kind of suspicious, if you want to say that word, that, the records that come out are really geared to push people towards that prison industry.
But they didn't make you write those lyrics.
It's not about making somebody write the lyrics. It's about being there as guardrails to make sure certain songs make it through and certain songs don't. This to me is and somewhat, some social engineering going on here.
All right, you all heard he said social engineering. He basically is saying that the same people who want our people to talk about illegal substances, murder, and all sorts of things, calling women foul and degrading names, those types of songs is what they push. And this is why I keep telling you about Sukihana, Krishan Rock, and Dusty Red, aka Sexy Red. But to who? Right? To who? So this is what they do. Okay, this was all a whole thing to where they all sat down and had a meeting and came up with this, allegedly, because that's what they said years ago. Okay, that's what they said years ago. And Bill Maher sitting there trying to act like he's crazy, oblivious to all of this, when Ice Cube's telling him about it, saying, "Oh, well, they didn't tell you to write the lyrics." Well, no, they may not have told them to write certain lyrics, but they already know about letting them. They've already told them that certain types of music is expected. Remember when rap was about the empowerment of our own community, when you had songs like Brenda's Got a Baby, telling you about the downside of things, Dear Mama, and then you had Self-Destruction with Heavy D, D Nice, and MC Light, etc. You remember those types of songs? Well, that's what they don't want. Because it's always a problem for people who don't look like us when we speak positively to one another. This is why you'll hear Karens say when a man like Lance Gross says that he loves Black women, you'll hear Karen say, "Well, what about us? What about you? Why are you complaining?" If I go to Google right now and type in beautiful women, only they will show up. You'll specifically have to type in beautiful Black women if you want someone who looks like me to show up. Okay, so please. This is just the way it is. Fight the power, says Queen Sam. Exactly. Okay. So Priscilla says Queen Latifah. Exactly. So Sweet D said it's crap music. Okay, so this is what they do. But as I said, the devil is in the details. So let's talk about that part of it. All right, let's talk about that. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, first things first, I'll start with Jay-Z, since Jay-Z was just talking. So first of all, here's my thing about Jay-Z that I don't like. Jay-Z is a fan of Aleister Crowley. Who knows who Aleister Crowley is? Who knows who Aleister Crowley is? Once in the chat. Once in the chat. If you know who Aleister Crowley is. Okay, so let's talk about him. Let's talk about him. Then we're going to say, hold on, let me pull up this receipt. Okay, here we go. We're going to say who some of his fans are that are in the music industry, because I find it also interesting and, quite frankly, nefarious. Okay, please pay attention. So Aleister Crowley was called the wickedest man in the world. Okay, this man was known to conjure up demons, and he even bragged of conjuring up Satan himself. Now, I don't know if he really did, but this is what he said that he did. Okay, this is what he said that he could do. Now, Crowley's connection to Satanism. Critics commonly describe Crowley as a Satanist, and that era continues to this common day. The confusion stems from a number of issues, including his erroneous rumors, Christian equation of the beast of Revelations with Satan. Well, he clearly said that he was conjured up Satan. Okay, they tried to sugarcoat it in many cases. His embrace to the concept of Baphomet, commonly confused with Satan. I'm sorry, Baphomet isn't Satan. Baphomet isn't akin to Satan and Baal and Moloch. I'm sorry. They're not the same. Well, of course they are. They're just about the same. Now, the fact that Crowley did write summonings and commandings of demons, and he bragged about this, which he considered an exploration of the self rather than a working with literal beings. Well, so they're trying to say that he really wasn't a Satanist. That's just what people called him. No, that's what he was. That's what he was. He praised and worshiped Satan, and he did satanic things, including rituals. Now, L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of the Church of Scientology, described Crowley as a good friend. Yeah, that's what he did. Okay. And they talk about Gerald Gardner, the founder of Wicca, which is what you study when you're practicing witchcraft. Please pay attention. They said he was certainly influenced by Crowley's writings. Okay, going so far as to sometimes plagiarize Crowley's words and his rituals. Okay, so this man was clearly nefarious. All right, and he talked about some other things that I can't even say on ScrewTube that we'll have to get on my Patreon to talk about. All right, please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, let me go to this video because I was quite frankly shocked and appalled when I found out that Ab-Soul, who was previously one of my favorite rappers, is a fan of Aleister Crowley. Won't be listening to him anymore, but let me continue.
A lot of musicians channeled Aleister Crowley in their music. One of them is the Beatles, Ab-Soul, Jay-Z wore his shirt. One of his famous sayings is "Do What Thou Wilt," and I just want y'all to go do your research on who Aleister Crowley is.
As you heard for yourself, Ab-Soul openly admits that music as a whole has been influenced by Crowley. He tries to make Crowley look like a good man, even trying to somehow associate Crowley with Jesus and the Bible. This is important, as Ab-Soul, being someone in the music industry, is admitting that the music industry is pushing the Do What Thou Wilt agenda. He openly acknowledges what I have been talking about on this channel since I started. It's clear that Ab-Soul is a Satanist and an occultist, but according to him, this is not true. He claims that he is a believer of God, and he is not being satanic by making his album based on Crowley.
That came to my attention when I discovered the name of the album was the saying, "Do What Thou Wilt," which brought me to Aleister Crowley. Correct. And you know what Aleister, you know who Aleister Crowley is. Absolutely. Right? And he was a magician, a poet, and he was also linked to Satanism. Yeah. In ways. And so what made you decide, what does that mean to you? Made you decide to name your project that?
Well, you know what? You're the first one to bring up the Satanism, and I'm so glad that you did, because you know it's all church with me. Yeah. Know that. So, Do What Thou Wilt immediately sounds like, free will. Aleister Crowley has been influential throughout music and entertainment and ideology and philosophy. The album is based on that quote, "Do What Thou Wilt," which is in the book, one of his books, the Book of the Law. And love is the law. Love is the only law. I respect that because, my main thing is ain't nothing wrong with a righteous man, correct? Yeah. Yep. So I really admire this guy.
Is this going to be the breakthrough joint?
Well, I mean, but
Well, see, what he's saying is, are you signing your name on the dotted line? Are you signing your soul away? No, yeah, that's what he's saying.
Are you in the Illuminati?
No, I mean, what you think?
I know, but these are questions people going to. But I'm saying,
As you heard for yourself, Ab-Soul claims he didn't sell his soul, nor is he a Satanist. He just admires Aleister Crowley. This is important, as we can see Ab-Soul is trying to use the Bible to his benefit. Ab-Soul claims to be a follower of God, but in reality, he's just a wolf in sheep's clothing, guiding the masses to a burning end. He knows that Crowley was wicked and evil, a representation of Lucifer. He admits to even being more wicked than Crowley in his record with Danny Brown, called Really Though, where Ab-Soul calls himself more wicked than Aleister Crowley. I believe a full video on Ab-Soul is needed. If this is something you would like to see, comment Ab-Soul below. A$AP Rocky is another artist who we have spoken about countless times on this channel. It is no surprise at this point that it appears A$AP Rocky is an occultist and a Satanist, as we saw this in his What's Up music video. What we also saw in one of his music videos was his admiration to Aleister Crowley. See, in his breakout hit music video, Peso, one of the A$AP members can be seen wearing an Aleister Crowley shirt, openly showing the world that the A$AP mob were occultists. A$AP Rocky was also shaped by Michelle Lammy, another occultist who's inspired by Crowley. Michelle Lammy is married to Rick Owens, and we can see that they're both into Saturn worship. It's obvious that A$AP Rocky was influenced by Crowley, just like the rest of the artists in this video. We must also talk about one of the most influential rappers to ever live, Jay-Z. To many who love hip-hop culture, Jay-Z is the face of hip-hop and almost a god figure within the culture. Like I said before, I have come to believe that Jay-Z is a high-degree Mason and one of the most wickedest men in the hip-hop industry. Jay-Z, unlike the rest of the people on this list, wasn't as open about showing his praise for Crowley, but still nonetheless, even Jay-Z showed love to Crowley as he wore a hoodie with Crowley's Creole, Do What Thou Wilt. This is exactly what Jay-Z and everyone else's music in this video represents. Do whatever you want and forget about God's judgment. Endless moral freedom. This is the message the music industry preaches to the masses. This is why our world has become so dark. I can assure you, all of popular music is pushing this do what thou wilt agenda, just like Ab Soul stated. A lifestyle that is destroying our people, creating a colder world. How could Ab Soul try to claim that Crowley's message is about love, when in reality, it's all about self-worship and being selfish?
Okay, with that all being said, clearly nefarious. Okay, please pay attention. And I did research on Aleister Crowley like over 15 years ago. And that man is very nefarious. And he earned that name, the most wicked man on earth or alive. Yeah, that's exactly what he was. Okay, so with that all being said, Teresa said, I don't want fame or money that bad. Exactly, okay? I don't either, beloved. But hold on. Wait, there's more. And so, you know, that woman that he was talking about, Michelle LeMay or Lammy, her and her husband, Rick Owens, well, they're nefarious too. And this woman, you see how she paints her fingers black? Yeah, that's something they do in witchcraft. Please pay attention. But guess who she's best friends with? This woman is best friends with Kim Kardashian. All right? And she has a lot of celebrity friends. Okay? And so let's get into it. First of all, let's go to Jay-Z holding up the so-called rock symbol. You know, that's the same thing Anton LaVey, who is the founder of the Church of Satan. Jay-Z and Beyonce, and that's Aleister Crowley. I'm not Aleister Crowley. That's Anton LaVey in the center. And his daughter, I'm going to play for you a video where she had some interesting things to say about music. There's Migos with that same woman, Michelle Lammy, and her husband. And look at her right here in the red dress. She's holding up the Baphomet symbol, as above, so below. Now, people were making up excuses, and by they, I mean people who clearly are into this kind of stuff, as such as satanic worship. They were making excuses. You know, saying, oh, that just means as above, so below. Well, yeah, we know what it means. But at the end of the day, we also know what Baphomet means. Okay, so sit down somewhere. All right, don't let them fool you. It's all satanic and wicked. There's A$AP Rocky with the same woman. There's Kim Kardashian because she's supposed to be Kim Kardashian's best friend, according to reports. Her best friend. This old decrepit woman, I have several questions. She's also, Kim, that is good friends with Marina Abramovich. Okay, and I know you've heard of her. Now, if you haven't, because I talked about her before, but we'll get back to her in a second because Jay-Z and Beyonce are also her friends. And in fact, I do believe that she was in Jay-Z's video back around 2013, one of his videos. And here she is again, right next to Aleister Crowley, the same woman, doing a very similar pose. You have to understand that many of these people are all in cahoots. Now, look how they have this young woman's head in the center of the table as though they're going to eat it. I also showed you a video a couple of years ago where they had this party where they had a cake shaped like a woman, like a human being, and they were eating it like it was cannibalism. It was all sick. And then, of course, there's Jay-Z with the do what thou wilt. So all nefarious, like I said. The devil is clearly in the details. Please pay attention. Now, some other people who follow these wicked women who are said to be members of a coven of witches, they also say Kim Kardashian is a witch. And, you know, they said that Odell Beckham and her possibly have something going. That's what people are speculating, saying they were there at the Grammys, but they showed up separate, and they're not saying they're not together and all of this stuff. Honey, I hope that he finds out, or that he learns his lesson from seeing the other things that have happened to young men that have dated the Kardashians. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Likes up, everyone, please like and share, because it's all crazy, like I said. Okay, here we go.
Music, we make music for a purpose. It's not just background music, or it's not just, you know, fluffy, light stuff.
It's not. This is not elevator satanic music.
It's ritualistic music. It is music that by even the act of listening to it, you are participating in a satanic ritual.
By listening to, so if I put this on and listen to it, I'm participating. But I'm just, you're a listener. I'm asking you, how does it make you feel?
It's very stirring. It's very emotionally charged. You can't listen to this music and say you don't feel something, because you do. I'm sure you would probably feel either hate or fear or rage or something.
I don't know, maybe he's a great musician. I just say the guy's very talented.
Right, but I would say that someone who would listen to it would probably feel very similarly to how one might feel if they're listening to classical.
Okay, now that was Anton LaVey's daughter, Zena LaVey. Her father was the founder of the Church of Satan. Okay, and she is sitting there admitting that when you listen to certain music, you're actually participating in a satanic ritual. Okay, so try that on for size. All right, if you don't believe it, just please keep paying attention. Okay.
There's a conspiracy that in the 1800s, an ancestor of the Kardashians sacrificed her soul to 4 witches so that all the women in her bloodline would always have fame, success, and beauty. But on the flip side, every man in their lives would suffer because of this. Kylie literally said it herself.
Every male figure that comes and dates a Kardashian, their life kind of just goes downhill after that.
Rob Kardashian going from model/actor to having severe depression and not being able to leave his house. Scott Disick, a very successful businessman, to struggling with alcoholism and depression. Lamar Odom, successful NBA player, to dealing with addictions and overdoses. Travis Scott, one of the most successful artists in the world, has the most disastrous concert in the world, hasn't released an album in years, and has many lawsuits against him. Bruce Jenner, who transitions to Caitlyn and gets ostracized by her whole community. And then we have Kanye, and I think we all know about Kanye.
Okay, all so crazy now. Reggie said, yes, I'll never go to another concert and hold my hands up again. But hold on. Gwen said, that is the video. You got it, girlfriend. Yes, I mentioned this in the chat. You are on top of it. Salute. Thank you, beloved honey. I'll be on them. But let me tell you something. Now, when they showed Kylie Jenner saying that was a clip that was edited from the show. She wasn't admitting that, but she was just saying what people are saying. But a lot of people are saying that. And here's the thing. I went and looked it up. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. Don't get me to lying. But I will say this much. There is a whole story, an article, in fact, about the Kardashians' curse and what their great-great-grandmother did. So let's talk about it. The Kardashians are witches, a conspiracy or not. Okay? And so here's what they say. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to go to the part about the grandmother. Now, they say in 1809, a dark-haired woman strode through the deep forest of Armenia. It was raining hard, but she was determined. The young woman was named Keiko Kardashian, the great-great-great-great-grandmother of Kim, Khloe, Kourtney, and Rob. Now, they say she was beautiful, but her life was hard. She had her first child at the age of 19. Intent on forging a better future for the child, Keiko sought out the witch clan of Shikaho Woods. Okay, and they say that sounds like Chicago when you pronounce it Shikaho. They say it sounds like Chicago, and Kim has a child named Chicago. I don't know if that's relevant or not, but let me keep going. There's an old painting by Hans Balding of the witch clan of Chicago. And I'll show you the picture in just a moment. Now, they say the witch clan possessed powerful magic, dark spells, and ancient curses that made them enemies of the Armenian state. Now, they practiced their magic deep in the woods, away from the eyes of an increasingly modern and intolerant society. Kekel walked for days and was warned that she should be careful because the witches will demand more of her than she could ever imagine. Kekel finally arrived at a clearing which led to the mouth of a cave. She could see faint traces of flame cast shadows in the depths. Kekel cried out to the witches that she was seeking a better future for her child and that she was willing to offer anything, even her soul. 4 witches appeared and asked her if she was really willing to give her soul, and she said yes. Kekel replied that she asked nothing for herself, but to give fame, fortune, and physical beauty to her offspring and the future generations of Kardashians, and to free them from her toil. The second witch asked if she was sure that she wanted, this is all she wanted, and Kekel confirmed. Now, the witches said they would grant her wish if she did the dance of Chicago. Now, an ancient dance that the witches enjoyed. Kekel said that she would if they showed her how. The witches ordered her to stand naked in front of them, and she did. They then adorned her in preparation for the dance. The witches put a hedgehog on her hand and a leopard tail. They ordered her to dance, and they laughed at her because she was such a horrible dancer. They had taken her dignity from her for their own amusement. And then they spread gossip around the nation about her terrible dancing. Now, I want you all to remember this. Do you all remember that time when Prince invited Kim Kardashian on stage with him and he kicked her off because she was moving so stiff, like the Tin Man without his oil can? Do you all remember that? Because I do, but let me continue. Now, I'm not saying this story is true. It's just a story. Please pay attention. But one that I found quite interesting. Now, Kekel returned to her village, but her family and friends shunned her. She was a complete joke to society. She returned to the dark woods, isolated and alone, with only her kin for company. Yet the witches had given her what she was promised. All of her female descendants had received fame, fortune, and physical beauty, but nothing more. You see, no talents, no wisdom, and no dignity. This all sounds true to me, but let me continue. Okay? And dignity had now been lost to the line of the Kardashian women. They have always had a strange capacity for achieving fame, fortune, and physical beauty, but nothing beyond that. They're not talented or wise. So that's what it says. Okay? I mean, don't shoot the messenger. Right? And so what do you all think? What do you all think? Reggie said apparently, Claudette said exactly, Queen. Hey. But here's the thing. JMC Clinton says she used witchcraft on you know who. Well, that's what they say. Now, but hold on, because here is a video of Kim Kardashian and her bestie, Michelle Lammy, on Facebook on a live. Let me share my screen so you all can see this. And if you can figure out what this woman's saying, you're good. Please tell me, because I couldn't.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm great, Kim. And I'm in bed because it's late and all those nights we're partying and everything. So tonight I'm in my skins in bed. Hi.
How are you?
I don't know what that woman was talking about, but she looks a whole hot mess like the crypt keeper. Sorry, but it's true. That crazy bitch Eric said, did she say she was drinking? Honey, I don't know. Weezy Jefferson said, how old is she? 99? I have no idea, honey. But let me continue. Likes up, everyone, please like and share.
Most people don't know this demonic secret about Kim. Most people don't know this demonic secret about Kim Kardashian, but there's actually a really dark side to her. Check this out.
Okay, this is either really cool or a little strange, but that's who you're doing business with, right? So,
What is this?
that is Marilyn's hair.
You can clone her.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, I'm literally going to do some crazy voodoo shit that I want to wait. And I channel her. This is so special to me. Thank you so much. This is so cool. So cool. Good vibes. Wow. This is sleeping with me every night.
Most people don't actually know that voodoo and witchcraft and demonic things are an abomination to the Lord. And they'll actually open you up to demons entering your life. If you're not about to open yourself up to demons, then type Jesus is King in the comments.
Okay, she said she was about to do some crazy voodoo stuff. Here's the thing. Voodoo isn't bad unless you use it for something bad, as far as I'm concerned. Now, they say the Haitians used it to gain their freedom, okay, during the Haitian Revolution of 1804. With that all being said, I don't think voodoo's bad unless you use it for something bad, which clearly some people do. Now, Kim, at the end of the day, why would she want a dead woman's hair? Why would anyone want a dead person's hair, especially a person that's not even related to you? You see how thrilled she was when they gave her the hair of Marilyn Monroe? I don't think she was joking. I think she was going to do something nefarious, probably some witchcraft or whatever. And at the end of the day, let's not forget that she wore Marilyn Monroe's dress that time, okay? Clearly she's obsessed with Marilyn Monroe. Reggie said, they're not our ancestors' religion. They use their own stuff against us. Yes, and here's the thing. You all remember the story that I told you all about 2.5 years ago about the girl who she tried to summon Papa Legba? Remember that? She tried to summon Papa Legba to do something nefarious to her black girlfriend, and she wasn't black herself. And then what happened? Well, she died suddenly in the tub. But before she died, she went on her live and on Instagram or Facebook, I can't recall, but she went on live and told people that she saw Papa Legba and that she was very afraid. And then the next thing you know, she was mysteriously dead. Do you all remember that? Okay, you all are saying you remember. So, honey, like, sit down somewhere. You're not supposed to be using our ancestors' things, okay? At the end of the day. But why did she want Marilyn Monroe's hair? Okay, that all sounds nefarious. But hold on, because let's not forget Lady Gaga. Now, Lady Gaga, to me, looks like she could literally be the daughter of Marina Abramovic. Hold on. Did I show you all that picture of Jay-Z with that woman? There's a picture of Jay-Z with her too. I forgot to upload that. Hold on. Let me go to it online and I'll share my screen. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Here it is right here. And I think she was in his video, Picasso Baby or something like that. There he is. Look how close they are. What's that all about, Jay-Z? I have several questions. Okay. And this woman did something real crazy. I can't show you the actual video on here, but we can I may do a video on Patreon sometime this week and show you all the real receipts because I can only show you so much on here, but it's all nefarious. Please pay attention. Okay, I promise you it is. Now, let me pull up. Let me see if this is the right. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Shakur. Nope, that's not it. Hold on.
This might just be one of the craziest social experiments of all time that happened back in the 1990s. A woman let strangers do whatever they wanted to her body for 6 hours at an art museum. And the premise was extremely simple. She would stand there for 6 hours, and in front of her would be a table of objects and instructions on how to use them. And the instructions read there are 72 objects on the table that one can use as desired. And she also states that during this period she takes full responsibility for whatever happens. And as you can see behind me on the table, there were objects that were labeled objects of pleasure as well as objects of destruction. This included things like roses, nails, perfume, feather, and even a metal bar. And when this exhibit first started, people were shy and not interacting with her at all. However, people eventually got interested and started to get the hang of things. Now, if you want to find out exactly what happens afterwards, you need to do that research on your own. This is because it's probably a little too intense for TikTok, and I'd rather not talk about it. However, she was eventually able to accomplish her goal of showing people what it's like to be a woman. She wanted to highlight the depth of what women in life experience, and because of stunts like this, she is often credited as a godmother of performance art.
Okay, now that was a younger Marina Abramovich. Now this was back in 1974 when she did this, and I have actual footage of that. But like I said, I'm not going to show it on here, and that's why he also didn't want to show it, because it was all sick. Okay, it was all sick. Like people, she had a gun on the table, a knife, all sorts of tools, as you could see, and she allowed people to use these on her. Okay, it was all disgusting and quite frankly nefarious. And the art session was called Rhythm Zero. That's what she called it. Okay, this woman is weird. And when you go on TikTok and look up these things, you'll see people that look like her saying, oh, you all just don't understand art. I'm sorry, putting a loaded gun to your face or letting someone do that is art. They say that when this was all going on, that someone literally cut her neck. Okay, that's what they say happened. So it's all crazy. Please pay attention. But anyway, also, Lady Gaga, as I was saying, is a fan of that woman and had done some studies with her. So I'm going to show you all this because I find it all so hilarious and quite frankly nefarious, because Lady Gaga did what they call the Marina something. It's some type of ritual that she had her doing. Okay. And they say Lady Gaga was out in the forest for about 3 days. Please pay attention. All crazy. Okay, Gwen says, honey, I can top that. Did you see her video of her slinging pig's blood on the white walls and herself? She also had a dinner party with a naked person as the main course for her dinner guests. Yes. I can't show that on YouTube, but yes, I absolutely have the footage. It's all so sick. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's all nefarious. Okay, but hold on. Lady Gaga put herself inside of a giant egg and was in there for 3 days. I'm not even joking. You can't make this stuff up.
I was in the egg for 3 days. To be honest, at award shows, especially during this time, I didn't like to talk to people. I always felt that it threw me off of my performance.
Who gets inside of an egg? This is all crazy. I just want y'all to pay attention. Okay, this is all crazy. Now hold on, because here's another thing too. Kourtney, and you can Google this, Kourtney Kardashian called Kim a witch on the show. Let me just Google it real quick. It came up right away. It came up right away. Hold on. Let me just share my screen so you all can see it. You don't even have to type the whole thing in. I think it was on season 4, according to the reports. You all see that? Her own sister said she was a witch. Kourtney Kardashian calls Kim Kardashian an effing witch. Okay? All right, somebody better go call Odell and tell him, honey, because clearly he didn't get the memo. Clearly he didn't get the memo. Now, what I thought is interesting is that all of these people are all intertwined. Okay? They're all intertwined. Okay? These the same people who hang out with Marina Abramovich also hang out with Michelle Lamy and her husband, Rick Owens. Now, I'm sorry. I don't care if Rick Owens and Michelle Lamy are fashion designers. The stuff they wear looks crazy. Okay? And I personally wouldn't want to wear anything that they made. All right? I wouldn't know what kind of spells is on there. Okay? Reggie said, is Odell dating Kourtney? No, they're saying that they think him and Kim have something going. Okay, that's what they're saying, honey. I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, honey, woe be unto him. Now, also, if you all remember, when I talked about Oprah, when I was exposing her for filth, I told you all about John of God, the man that Oprah had on her show on Super Soul Sundays, and then he was arrested and got like 400 and something years for draping people without the D and all of these assaults and stuff. Well, he too is friends with Marina Abramovich. Spiritual healer John of God was well known around the world. He was lauded by celebrities like Oprah Winfrey, actress Shirley MacLaine, and performance artist Marina Abramovich. So if he's friends with that woman, I'm pretty sure Oprah is too. All right? Because you see, many of these people are devils. All right? Many of these people are devils, and this is what they do behind closed doors. So while some people sit here and engage in what I call celebrity worship, honey, who do you think some of these celebrities are worshiping? Okay? Who do you think some of them are worshiping? And here's the thing. Jay-Z was once asked on an Atlanta radio show, I heard it with my own ears, when his video with Swiss Beats, Bring Me Back the Money, I think that's the name of the song. But anyway, there was demonic imagery in the video, clearly. I noticed it right away. And so they asked him, because there was rumors swirling that he worshiped Satan. Do you know what he said? Now, here's what I'd say. If someone asked me if I worship Satan, I would say, hell no. Okay? I worship the Most High. But no, Jay-Z said, and I quote, he said, I worship only one God. Now, please pay attention, because he never said who that God is. He never specified who that God is, because Satan is also a God. Okay? Satan is a God of darkness. All right? People worship him. So he too is a God. So what God are you talking about, Jay-Z? I have questions. Well, judging how he's such a fan of Aleister Crowley, yeah, and he's friends with Marina Abramovich, well, I would say, yeah, Satan. Okay? That's my opinion. So anyway, this is all so nefarious at the end of the day. But anyway, so now let's get into some serious news. Let's get into some serious news. First of all, this is very sad. This woman beat a child to death. An 8-year-old little girl, she beat her with a rolling pin. It was her stepchild. So let's talk about it.
That left an 8-year-old girl dead. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Courtney Bryant.
And I'm Tom Haynes. Let's get out to Fox 5 Tyler Fingard, who's live at the Gwinnett County Jail with tonight's new details. Tyler?
Yeah, Tom, good evening to you. The allegations are alarming. According to this arrest warrant, the stepmother beat her stepdaughter to death with a wooden rolling pin. Tonight, she is locked up here at the Gwinnett County Jail without bond.
You have 4 felony charges.
34-year-old Natiala Barrows faced a Gwinnett County judge Wednesday morning. just hours after being booked on multiple charges, including malice murder.
Bond has been denied on two of these. He says you're a danger to somebody.
According to her arrest warrant, Barrows beat her 8-year-old stepdaughter, Sarah Barrows, to death with a wooden rolling pin 10 to 20 times, refusing to get her medical care afterwards. During her first appearance, Natiala told the judge she doesn't work.
Stay home, Mom.
It's unclear what may have sparked the beating in this home on Vine Springs Trace west of Bethlehem Tuesday, but the arrest warrants say Natiala was angry and hit Sarah in multiple areas, including the top back of her neck.
So I've never seen any violence come from that family or that home.
Neighbors in the quiet community are left to wrap their heads around what happened. One neighbor who didn't want to show her face says she believes the family has 4 kids.
They were quiet, very involved father. So it's just a big surprise.
Investigators say after the beating, Natiala never called 911 to get help for Sarah. Instead, she called her husband.
The father had called 911 when he arrived home and had attempted to give CPR to the child.
With bond denied, the judge told Natiala this.
You're going to be here for a while.
Earlier today, I was able to speak to that father, but he did not want to go on camera. We are live outside the Gwinnett County Jail tonight. Tyler.
That's also sad. She hit that child with a wooden rolling pin and even hit her in the top of her neck. Like, what a low down, dirty devil. Okay, she needs to be put under the jail. I hope she gets a life sentence. Sitting there talking about she doesn't work. Nobody cares. Okay, nobody cares. Probably saying that because she needs a public defender. Also crazy. But now in other news, this woman went to Target. A black woman went to Target to purchase books for their church. For about, famous black people, okay? And some of these books, well, she picked them all up and went to pay for them, and they refused to sell them to her. Now, I find that all interesting. I don't shop at Target, but for those of you that do, you might want to think twice. Please pay attention.
The message one local woman says she got while trying to buy a collection of Black History children's books from a Target store last night. I'm John Bachman.
I'm Tanika Hughes. Action News Jack's Jake Stofan is live in Mandarin. And Jake, national outlets are reporting at least one product was pulled from the retailer's shelves after a viral video pointed out that historical black figures were mislabeled in the book.
Well, that would be the civil rights magnetic learning activity, but the local woman we spoke with today wasn't trying to buy that product. Rather, a series of Black History books made by the same publishing company. Still, when she went to check out, she was told it wouldn't be possible. When Wendy Orr swung by Target on San Jose last night to pick up some books on Black history for her church's library, she had no problem finding a handful of promising titles.
Colorful, they were engaging, they were, a multiple array of Black history figures. It was really exactly what we wanted.
The issue arose when she went to check out.
Each book, as they were rang up, they came up, do not sell.
The books covering figures like Barack Obama, Langston Hughes, Jackie Robinson, and more all came back with the same message. After being told she would be unable to purchase the books or asked to speak with a manager.
He came over the walkie-talkie and said that he wasn't allowed to sell the books. It would be illegal.
For starters, this is not Carter G. Woodson.
The next day, news broke Target had pulled a Black history product from its shelves after this TikTok video went viral, pointing out multiple historical figures had been mislabeled in the magnet set. That product was published by the company Brendan, the same company that had published the books or had tried to buy the day prior.
Every single book on all these different Black history figures, every single book has a misprint. It didn't make sense.
When we went into the Target or had visited the night before, the Black history display she'd found the books on was gone. There were also no books by Brendan Publishing that we could find in the store's book selection. Another Target on the south side we visited still had the display up, but again, the books were nowhere to be found.
Being able to pass on this education and this knowledge to future generations, that was the whole sole purpose of this mission and this Target run to begin with. So I feel like Target needs to make that right. I feel like they need to do it not only for myself, but for the greater good.
Now, we reached out to both Target and Brendan Publishing this morning to ask how this all happened, why all the other books seem to have been pulled, and what the companies plan to do to rectify this situation. We still have not heard back. For local coverage, you can count on live.
Okay, so let me say this. The book that had the wrong pictures with the wrong names, that was on purpose. You all don't think that was an accident or they just didn't know, do you? Of course they do. They know our history better than many of us do. Many of us do. So they knew those were the wrong pictures. They did that on purpose. The only reason that they pulled it afterwards is because someone did a TikTok video, okay? And then everybody found out. So other than that, they would have left it the way it was. But here's the thing. The books that the lady went to purchase weren't the same book as the one that got the wrong pictures in it. It's not the same book. It's not even by the same publishing company. So what's their excuse for not selling her those books? And then when she went back the next day, they're gone. What's really going on here? You all need to pay attention, because if you're not teaching your own children and grandchildren the truth of their history, I don't know who will, because you're not going to teach it to them in school. You're not going to be able to purchase these books pretty soon. So with that all being said, if you have some, please hold on to them, because these devils are busy, okay? They are busy. It's all nefarious. All right, so I'm about to close out this broadcast. Gwen Smith said, Jean-Michel Basquiat is an amazing artist. His work, like street tagging, graffiti, meets Picasso. Yeah, and that's who Jay-Z dresses like. You see, years ago, Jay-Z and Beyonce went to some type of party. I want to say it was a Halloween party, and Jay-Z dressed as Basquiat. And it seems like he never took off the costume, okay? Because he's still dressing like that man, wearing the man's hairstyle and all that. Yeah. Still doing it, so don't know what that's all about. All right, so with that all being said, I want to thank you all for tuning in once again. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, let me read a couple of more of these comments before I roll out of here. Gail said, they're really trying to erase us. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Prime One said, most Black people don't care. I'm telling y'all the truth. Well, you might be right. You might be right. But for those of us that do, at the end of the day, this is all nefarious. That Crazy Beach area said, thank you, Queen. You're welcome, beloved. All right. So Reggie said, great broadcast. Thank you. Claudette says, thank you. You're all welcome, beloveds. Y'all know I love me some royals. So with that all being said, everyone, please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. And listen, they're doing something called a coin cots on TikTok. They started it February the 2nd, and it's going to last until February the 9th. And the reason they're doing this is because a lot of us Black content creators on TikTok are shadow banned. They're suppressing our views. And how do you know? Because if you go on someone's channel who has, thousands of followers, how is it that they only have hundreds of views? It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see it on YouTube. So with that all being said, they've decided to call for a coin cot, not a boycott. Now, the coin cot is basically if you go live on TikTok and people can send you gifts and stuff like that, or whatever, send you money, it's gifts and all that stuff. They're saying not to accept it, because that benefits TikTok. They're saying ask the people to send you Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, or some other form, some other app that they can send it through, but not to go through TikTok, at least until February the 9th. Because they're definitely suppressing views, okay? That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And here's the thing. Some people are saying that once their videos get traction, then all of a sudden it slows down. Well, I see the same thing. I've been complaining about it for weeks. There's also someone on there that has 6 fake accounts of me. And I've reported it to TikTok literally since April. I've been reporting it, and they've not removed those accounts yet. So make that make sense. And the people are scamming people. They're asking for money. Okay, something I would never do, mind you. But at the end of the day, they refuse to take them down, apparently, because they've not removed a single one of them. All right? They've not removed a single one of them. I keep getting reports from people telling me about these fake accounts. Okay, so with that all being said, you all know how they do. This is why we all need our own We need our own platforms. This is why. Okay, Dan said the wigotry of it all. Right. Okay. Terrion said 6 fake accounts. Yes. Yes, beloved. About 5 or 6. It's about 5 or 6 different variations of my name. But you can tell my real accounts, because on my real account, it has on there that I support the Innocence Project. It also has my YouTube link in the bio. And also I have over 90,000 subscribers. The rest of them have far less. Okay. So my real account has over 90,000 subscribers or followers. So it's all nefarious, honey. It's all crazy. Tia, y'all said, yes, another Black Planet. You know, I used to like Black Planet. I used to like that. Yeah, we do need to get something like that, okay? So with that all been said, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace. Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me?